Peace, family. Hope all is well. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about why understanding jurisdiction can save your case, as well as how it can save your case, alongside examples of that and the lesson that comes from said example. But first, a disclaimer. This is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. If you are seeking financial or legal advice, I highly encourage you to seek legal or financial counsel immediately. Let's get into it. Do not forget that this particular presentation is available on Patreon. Click that link in the bio, become a member for free, and check out the information, all right? And this PDF will also be downloadable for you, okay? The presentation PowerPoint slides. Let's get into it. All right, family, first things first, all right? Why understanding jurisdiction can save your case, all right? It ensures your case is filed in the right court, okay? And why it matters. Filing a case in a court without proper jurisdiction can lead to dismissal or wasted time and resources. Jurisdiction determines whether the court has authority over, okay, as you see here, subject matter jurisdiction, okay? Does the court handle this type of case? For example, family law or civil claims, all right? As well as your personal jurisdiction. Does the court have authority over the individuals or entities involved, all right? And how it saves your case, all right? Filing it in the correct court, okay? Filing in the correct court ensures your case is heard and resolved without procedural delays. Let's continue. Let's get into an expanded explanation, all right? Jurisdiction determines whether a court can legally hear your case, okay? Filing in the wrong court wastes time and may result in dismissal. You don't want that. All right, an example here, all right? Jane files a breach of contract claim in a criminal court, but since criminal court don't handle civil cases, her case is dismissed. And what lesson did we learn from that, okay? Filing in the correct civil court ensures her claim is at least heard. Let's continue. All right, it also prevents the opposing party from challenging the case. You don't want them challenging the case, all right? Why it matters. The opposing party can challenge the case on grounds of lack of jurisdiction, which could result in dismissal, all right? How it saves your case. By confirming jurisdiction beforehand, you reduce the risk of procedural challenges, keeping the focus on the merits of your claim. Let's continue, all right? An expanded explanation. If a court lacks jurisdiction, the opposing party can file a motion to dismiss, derailing your case before it even begins. And I see that a lot, okay? Here's an example of it. Mike sues a company based in another state in his local state court. The company successfully argues that the court lacks personal jurisdiction because the company doesn't operate in Mike's state. That's a nugget, all right? What's the lesson here? Mike should have filed in a court within the company's home state or where the transaction occurred. Let's continue. All right, another reason, okay, it protects against unfair outcomes. All right, why does that matter? If you're sued or summoned to a court that lacks jurisdiction, any decision made could be invalid. That's another nugget, okay? Courts that do not have authority may unintentionally apply the wrong laws or overlook key factors, all right? How it saves your case. Understanding jurisdiction allows you to challenge unfair lawsuits filed in inappropriate courts, all right? Ensuring that your case is heard where laws and procedures are correctly applied. Let's continue. All right, family, let's explain this a little further, okay? If a court lacks jurisdiction, all right, its decisions may be invalid or unenforceable, potentially leading to wasted efforts or unfair rulings. All right, an example of that. A landlord in New York sues a tenant in Texas for unpaid rent in a New York small claims court, but the tenant never lived in New York and wasn't properly served. The court's decision against the tenant is overturned for lack of jurisdiction. All right, what lesson did we learn here? The landlord must sue in Texas where the tenant resides to ensure a valid ruling. Let's continue. All right, we have another reason here, family. It establishes proper legal grounds, all right? Why does that matter? Jurisdiction requirements ensure that the court has legal grounds to hear the dispute. For example, all right, state jurisdiction. In-state disputes between residents or property located within the state. All right. Next, we have federal jurisdiction. Okay. Cases involving federal laws, constitutional issues, or disputes between citizens of different states with claims exceeding 75 grand. All right. How it saves your case. All right. By understanding jurisdiction, you can determine whether your case qualifies for state or federal court, ensuring proper adjudication. Okay. Adjudication. Let's continue. All right. Let's expand on this. All right. Jurisdiction ensures the court has the authority to hear the specific type of case and issue a binding decision. All right. An example of that, a lawsuit involving patent infringement is filed in a state court, but only federal courts have jurisdictions over patent cases. All right. The case is dismissed for improper jurisdiction. What lesson did we learn here? Filing in federal court is required for patent-related claims. That's a nugget. Let's continue. Which brings us to our last particular point that I'll be making here, okay? Protects against default judgment. Why it matters, all right? If a party is improperly served in a jurisdiction where the court has no authority, any default judgment entered against them can be challenged and overturned, all right? How it saves your case. Understanding jurisdiction allows you to avoid situations where invalid judgments are enforced against you. All right, let's continue. Let's expand. All right. Courts without jurisdiction cannot enter enforceable default judgments. If you don't respond to a lawsuit filed in the wrong jurisdiction, you can later challenge the judgment. Here's an example of that. All right. A debt collection agency sues Rachel in a state where she has never lived. She ignores the summons, but later challenges the default judgment, successfully arguing that the court lacked personal jurisdiction, as we spoke of earlier. All right. What lesson did we learn? Understanding jurisdiction allows Rachel to challenge improper lawsuits. All right, family. All right. It's another Grown Academy presentation. Thank you very much for your time. If you made it this far throughout this video, and if you'd like to go back through this video with the PowerPoint, okay, just click on the link in my bio here on TikTok, become a member for free in Patreon, and you'll have access to it, as well as my YouTube channel. Inside all of the posts in Patreon, there's a clickable link to YouTube. Therefore, you can go through it as a playlist. All right, family? So all in all, I hope this helps. And I love you guys. All right. Peace. And one more thing before you go. We have a free webinar that's going on. Okay. It is January 2025. I'm making this video right here. Our free webinar. All you have to do is comment your email below. I will get you that link. It'll be the last Wednesday of this month. All right. And I will make sure that you get into that free webinar so I can break down how evidence and legal claims, okay, are separate but need to be presented properly. Your evidence needs to be perfected before you begin your legal claim, in order to ensure that these things that you've just learned today not only make sense, but can actually be handled with competency and confidence, family, as well as results. So all in all, I hope this helps, and I love you guys for real. Peace.